Welcome to the Daily Coach's Sports Leadership Lessons, a reading of some of our greatest hits from more than 6 years of email newsletters that have been read by tens of thousands of leaders and learners. If you want our latest newsletter delivered to your inbox every day, you can subscribe for free at thedaily.coach/subscribe or follow the link in the description. The problem with shaping decisions. An artist shapes the painting to present the image from the mind to the canvas. A sculptor spends most of the day shaping the clay to conform to the project's vision. A musician shapes the sound to make it pleasing to hear. Creative people spend time shaping, as shaping is part of their process, allowing a free flow of thoughts and ideas to manifest. Shaping, when it comes to data collection, cannot be part of our decision-making process. In 2020, for example, the San Francisco 49ers made a bold choice, trading highly valuable assets to springboard from the 12th pick in the NFL draft to the 3rd. With this aggressive move, the team intended to secure its future quarterback and find the perfect player capable of making the team a Super Bowl contender every year. The Niners claimed they didn't have a predisposed idea of whom they would pick. They only knew that being high in the draft would give them the flexibility to make the right decision. Some organization members began to shape the information as they collected data to meet their conclusions. Shaping occurs when those responsible for curating the data begin to slant, edit, and embellish to reach a predetermined decision. This isn't a form of bias, but rather an honest attempt to do what they, the staff, believe is correct. Many staffers feel that since they did the data collection, they're more informed and in tune to make the correct decision over the main decision maker. And when this occurs, the leader is no longer leading, and the staff are now in charge. Shaping occurs in all organizations and can be the main cause of failure in some cases. As the chief decision maker, the leader must understand shaping, guard against filtered data, and have a system to prevent staffers from mingling the data. When those trusted to bring unfiltered data to the decision makers begin to reframe the data, then shaping occurs, and bad decisions soon follow. You might argue that those collecting merely give their opinions based on their logical, well-intended assessment. Perhaps, but when you're in the data collection phase, any conclusions cannot be reached, or else intentional shaping begins to occur. The purity of data must remain until all evidence is declared. A judge, in the middle of hearing a case, without one side presenting, could never be allowed to make a final ruling. A judge is trained to never begin with the end in mind, and understand how each attorney is shaping their information. Judges are trained to look past shaping, and so should all decision makers. We must educate those responsible to guard against shaping data. A leader ultimately making decisions must always look for shaped data. It comes in the form of a rehearsed presentation or the inability of the presenter to reverse engineer the decision. Had the 49ers gathered information, they would have asked themselves, why would this decision fail, as opposed to why is this decision the best? They would have avoided a mistake and understood that shaping was in place. Thanks for joining this episode of The Daily Coach. On behalf of Michael Lombardi, Coach George Raveling, and the entire Daily Coach team, we're grateful for your support. Remember, the most important person you will ever lead is yourself. Keep growing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep showing up.